Good evening, good afternoon. Welcome back to my channel. It's Queen Divina here. I'm so glad to be back again. If it's your first time in my channel, welcome. Please do subscribe so you won't miss any of my video. If you're coming back, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. I'm happy to see you again with another episode. So stay tuned. Let's start this video. Guys, this video is gonna be about living in London, some pros and cons of living in London. If you're thinking about moving to London, then this is the correct video. You are at the right place, and you'll be having some information that will help you to decide whether to move to London or to stay where you are. So let's start. So I've been living in London for 3 years now, going to 4 years, like living and working in London. Honestly, the pros about living in London, I'm gonna start. The first one is what I found really about London is that there is a lot of jobs in London. There's a job opportunity in London, and I found it really easy to find a job in London. No matter what you're looking for, what you want to do in London, you have the possibility, the ability to find a job easily in London. Normally, if you go to Indeed or one of the CV library, if you're living outside UK, and one of those websites that it helps you to even to put your CV, you can just literally put your CV in there, and then also you have different agencies calling you. That's a good thing about that. Since I moved to London, I found myself like finding jobs more easily, and a lot of the position in London, you can get you can get a permanent job, you can get a temporary job, you can even work for agency, which is if you're thinking, oh my gosh, if I move to London, I won't have a job. No, honestly, there's a lot of job opportunity. Even there's opportunity where you can learn through the job as well. So it depends. And also if you have people that they can just introduce you to some industry. But honestly, jobs in London is quite good. Like it depends on what fields you're working in. I'm more into education. It was more easier for me to find a job because I used to live in Manchester. So when I moved to London, I was a bit worried about looking for finding a job. But no, honestly, that was nothing to worry about, and I was able to secure a job less than like a month or two. So yeah, you can secure a job. So like I said, it depends on the field that you're working. So if you're working in marketing or HR, it's going to be different process as well. But honestly, you can find a job. One of the points is I found like jobs in London, amazing. So the second one, there's a lot of housing in London. Honestly, so what I mean housing is that if you're a single person now, if you're a single person, you can find house share. We do like a lot of things like house share, where you share accommodation with other people in the same house. So there's a lot of them in London, and which is really good. But if you're like a family and you're thinking to move in London, think twice again. But also, like I said, there is some houses, but it's gonna be very expensive. So yeah, just keeping that. But the pros of that in London, I think there's a lot of houses when you're a single person, really. Honestly, one of the things that I found in London is the international connection when it comes to traveling. Like there's different you don't have, because when I used to live in Manchester, yeah, I used to go through Manchester Airport, which is that's just the only way. I feel like that's the only way you can go to out of UK. But when I moved to London, some people say maybe that's not the only, but I mean like to go quick, like the airplane, it was more better to get the airplane when you're going to France, Paris, and all those places. But when I moved to London, like I don't have to worry about that anymore. So I can get on the train, which is Eurostar, which is more quick, by 2 hours. Um, I'm already in France or Belgium, or yeah, depending on what destination you're going to. But the connection as they're amazing. So when it comes to traveling internationally, so I really, and then the airport, you can go to Gatwick Airport, you can go to Heathrow. So this is just good. Like I was like, wow. So even if you can get bus to Europe, honestly, so that's a good thing. You know what I mean? Eurostar, but there's different companies. So they quite like they are also, when I say cheap, they're very cheap when it comes to traveling, and also a Eurostar is quite decent price. You can find to go to visit other parts. So yes, international traveling in London is amazing and easy access. You can book a ticket, you can get to the airport, no problem, or the train station to wherever you're going. So like I said, Eurostar, like majority like people use, and then also you can get bus when you can go to Victoria Station. You can get bus to go maybe outside UK or outside London. Yes, so yeah, so honestly, I really like it. Honestly, it's really good. So like I said, in Manchester, I couldn't do that. I have to get airplane every single time. And when it comes to suitcase, when it comes to suitcase, you don't have to worry about your suitcase. Like especially when you're driven by train, you can carry two baggage. That's totally great. Like I really good. But when I was living in Manchester, when I was traveling to France, or I have to carry a small suitcase, I can't carry some of the things I want to carry. So that was like a bit of limitation. Or if I want to, I need to travel to London to get I need to pay the train, two train, so I pay the train to get to London, from Manchester to London. Then from London, I pay another train to go to wherever I'm going, maybe France or yeah, other part of Europe. So like I said, is easy. Transport in London. Transport in London. Hey, if you're not driving, then you don't need to worry about moving around in London. There's buses every corner. There's red buses like every corner of London, honestly, and overground and tube. The overground, honestly, is good service as well, and also the underground, it get very hot when it comes to summertime, but during winter, girl, you don't even want to wear the coat inside the underground because it's very hot. So I like when you're moving inside the tube and then you don't have to wear your jacket. When you get outside, you just put your jacket on. I love that. But summertime, you don't even want to go down there, honestly. But yeah, buses, it get very hot summertime, and winter is good, and you can get buses really good, which is like transport is nothing to worry about. People use more transport, public transport, than driving their own car. So they use more public transport. You will see a lot of people, especially when they're going to work, they rather leave their car and park somewhere and go using the tube to move around. So yeah, that's one of the pros in living in London. Honestly, I love the transport. You don't have to worry about the transport. Get there, you'll be there like no time. So yeah, that's a good thing. And also another pros is there's a lot to see and do in London. A lot. Especially if you're a photographer. London is like photogenic. I call it photogenic. There's a lot of things you can capture. Those old buildings and places. Those areas that you can. There's a lot. So like pack your bag, put some camera, you know what I mean? Don't just leave your camera. Carry the camera, carry everything. So when you come to London, you can visit those places. There's London Bridge, there's a Buckingham Palace, there's a different place. So I can't there's a lot, there's also parks that you can visit and things. So museums, there's different, a lot to see and do in London. A lot of activities and events and restaurants. You can try different food in London. Honestly, like good. So there's a lot to see. So if you want to think about restaurant, you want to go to like a music, live music, there is in London. So that's one thing. You're not going to be bored in London. If you just have your tickets, you can get on the tube or overground or on the bus, then there's nothing to worry about. So that's what I love. And also when I go in central London, I always carry my camera with me. You know what? So I can snap these nice buildings in London and nice places. And especially if you do street photography, it's just amazing. So yeah. So there's also one of the the pros is that there's a good food options. Like I said, if you want to go to restaurants, yes, in London you can find different cuisines. Like you can find Italian, Caribbean. You can find African food. You can find you can find like Korean food, Chinese food. So like there's different dishes, Mediterranean. Like you won't be going hungry. Like there's nice cuisines in London. So I love going and try different foods and with my friends and hang around. So when I moved to London compared to Manchester, I did enjoy London. Honestly, like the food was lovely. So yeah, of living in London, one of the things that I cannot even say is so expensive. Like very, very expensive. I remember when I moved to London, I was just getting the tube to go somewhere. I spent about £15. I'm not joking. And especially we have this card called the Oyster. When you now we're using the bank, but if you don't tap in and out of the train station, they'll deduct a lot of money instead of the what you're supposed to be paying. So it's very expensive. And also the house, the accommodation, the house is that very, very expensive in London. Especially if you have a family, you thinking to move to London. I will not gonna advise you move to London with your 4 children or 3 children or 2 children. And rather you stay like the outside of London, so which is much more better. But like I said, it's very expensive. The rent is very expensive. The transport to move in out around London are very expensive. But that's just London for us, isn't it? So think about it when you're thinking about moving and living in London. They're quite very expensive. At least a lot of money on the transport. A lot of money. That's not even that's not even a joke. And one thing I really dislike when I moved to London, it was the long commute. It can be very tiring. So there's a lot there where they work. So like where I work is like an hour from my house. Like I have to take like two trains to get to work on time. That's just now. Well, you know what I mean? So a lot of people live far away from their home. So there's a long commute in London. So that's just not good thing I found. Maybe you love to walk and exercise, you know what I mean? You just want to move around easily, so maybe that would be okay for you. But honestly, for me, no, I don't like it. One thing that I hate so much is delays. Listen, I can't say that much. Delays. There's the transport, like I said, the transport is great. Like, but there's also delays. The training can be delays almost if you're going to appointment, you go job interview, or you go think like, please just leave on time. Yeah, leave extra few minutes or 30 minutes early, because you don't know when you get to the station, they'll tell you, oh, the train is delayed, or your train has been cancelled, please wait for the next train. The next train will come, like, well, I don't know. So yes, please leave extra early if that's what you'll be doing in London, because delays is everyday tune. Everyday tune of London transport. So think very wise. So everybody wants, some people like to want to live in a quiet city. London is not a quiet city. It's very busy. If you love busy life, then London is for you. If you don't love busy life, you're a very quiet person, you want a quiet peace, then this is not the place you should be thinking of moving to London. So it's busy. The train, the underground, the things can be like packed with people like sardines they are squeezing into. So think very wisely, because if you're thinking about living somewhere else, then yeah, think living maybe a bit like 30 minutes away from London, or what may 30 minutes away from London, or 1 hour away from London, because is busy. So it can get very busy, especially on during the rush time, and when people are going to work and coming back from work. So it gets very busy around those times. So sometimes when the train is full and you miss that train, you have to wait for the next train. So it's not like a joke, honestly. So very, very something to think. So if about safety in London, I wouldn't refer London as a safety city. No, but like I said, every other cities, they have their own safety nets, you can say. But London, I don't find it really safety, especially when you're working at night. So avoid working at night by yourself in London. Try to be around people all the time, because there's also lots of crimes. There's a lot of kidnapping. I think there is missing children. So one of the things that you need to do is not, I wouldn't refer on as a safety, but it also is safe. It can be safe in different angle, like it depends. So you wouldn't have a problem with being safe. You are safe, but I wouldn't say is safe. So it depends what we mean about when it comes to safety in London. So safety in London, there is a little bit, but when it comes to crimes, there is a little bit. So yeah, so so just make sure when you're working, you don't just go meet some stranger people you don't know. You know what I mean? Make sure you're with people and you're surrounding with people where there's a lot of people at all time. Let's talk about weather in London. Weather in London, please just get your umbrella inside your bag. Make sure you have umbrella every single time. You don't know when the rain will come, honestly. You wake up in the morning, it is sunshine, like my dress I'm wearing here is like nice and sunny. But then when you get to like 2 o'clock, it starts raining, and when it gets to the evening, it starts being like, you have different weather in London, honestly. The weather, well, London has been known of not having a great weather. Honestly, like sometimes I'm inside my house. Then in the morning there was a very like nice weather. I was like, oh my god, I'm loving it. When I'm getting dressed to go out, it starts to rain. I'm like, so please do have your umbrella inside your bag, because you'll be surprised. We call it London weather. It's not so best. It is a bit disappointing. It's like a lady with hormones, okay? You know what I mean? So 1 minute you are happy, 1 minute you are sad, 1 minute you are crying. That's what I call this weather. I call this weather a lady with hormone. You know when a woman has hormones, huh? This weather it's got a bit of hormone. So like I said, if you enjoy the rain, then you enjoy when it rains, you enjoy that. If you love the sun, then this not a place where you be thinking it's going to be very sunny for you. So it's lovely, it's amazing. You can have a great weather some days, not every single day. So yes, it's just my pros and cons of living. Not since I've been living in London, I have experienced some amazing things in London, and I do love living in London. I enjoy every minute of it. Like I said, it has its pros and cons. Every place do have the pros and cons, but this is for only London, because I be living in London. And if there's anything I've missed in this video that you found that you want to know more, I will do part 2 of how you can think of moving to London, what you need to do, and what you can get your flat or your house if you're thinking of moving in London. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Please do subscribe and like and share, and I hope to see you again in my next video. Have a lovely day. Thank you. Bye.